folks, here we are. The day we've all been waiting for. I've been waiting the whole year to get to the 2021 amateur draft. Here we are at the pre-draft show. My colleague Jake Tootin on the left.
Mike, it's an exciting day. I can't wait for the draft, see where everybody falls into line. And hey, not to get ahead of ourselves, day of the event, I'm praying for great weather, maybe a little bit of alcoholism, and God willing, a couple of cute cart girls.
Oh, yes, indeed. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Today is actually about the draft. We find out where these three young amateur competitors will fall to their respective teams. And I know that they're excited too. You know, one of my favorite parts of the draft is the videos of them at home waiting with bated breath for their name to be called.
Mike, it's one of my favorite parts. Let's take a look in. Welcome, everybody, to the 2021 Father's Day Invitational, presented by loving wives everywhere. Are you on the back nine yet? Your kid just shit the tub. Where are you? Have you been drinking? With the first pick in the 2021 Father's Day Invitational, Steven Placencia selects Riley. Kevin Riley, first pick of the 2021 Father's Day Invitational.
Oh
my goodness!
What an insane pick!
Oh my!
Oh my! With shades of Ryan Pace, Steve selects Kevin Riley with the first pick. What are your thoughts,
Michael? I want to get to my thoughts. I hate to do this. We have to pay homage to the sponsor. This sponsor of this pick is by Golf Cart Super Shocks, the toughest Super Shocks in the game, built for the heftiest of golfers. But I'm just still in awe. Tell me your thoughts, Mike.
My thoughts are that this card is going to get a workout. I'm so happy that the Super Shocks have sponsored us. You know what? I'm still in shock a bit. I feel like this is the Sam Bowie pick when you have Jordan still on the board. Not sure why Steve went this direction, but you know, let's hope his intuition pays off.
Now, Mike, the way I understand it, Steve's been golfing almost every day due to an erratic work schedule, but I don't know if his stat line is really improving. Do you think he'll be able to bring his A game?
I think Steve has fairly improved. He will be able to bring his A game. Riley, on the other hand, just had his fourth child, so you know he's not getting out as much. Riley was actually a Tier 1 player last year, got relegated into the second tier, and ends up with Golf Mastermind Steve.
That fourth child's going to be a make ya or a break ya situation. The way I see it, it's like this. Either he's so happy to get out of the house, he's going to hit the best game of his life, or he's dad tired, and he's going to have a dog shit round. Again, sponsored by Hefty Boy Golf Cart Shocks. We'll see what happens. Welcome back. With the second pick in the 2021 Father's Day Invitational, Kevin Gizzorni selects. Envelopes are tough. Live TV, folks. Tony Marco. Second pick, Tony Marco.
All right, we have our second pick. First international pick. Kevin Gizzorni selects somebody from across the pond this year. The pride of North London, Sir Tony Marco.
If the Ryder Cup has taught us anything, Mike, it's that America and the UK have a fierce rivalry when it comes to pasture pool. However, these two athletes have decided to cross the divide, shake hands for the betterment of the game itself.
Oh, I can't wait to see how it all works out, but I do have to take a second to acknowledge our sponsor, Yeller's Fish and Chips. When you want a mackerel and a potato fried up hand in hand, but you'd like to feel like a real asshole while you're eating it, Yeller's Fish and Chips.
Mike, you mix that with a piss-warm beer, and I'm all in. Oh, but it looks like the commissioner is making his next pick. Thank you again for your patience and all your support. With the third pick in the 2021 Father's Day Invitational, Dr. Michael Marshall selects Mike Stack. Third pick in the 2021 Father's Day Invitational. Wow, a shocker of a third pick. Mike, I've got to be honest. I didn't think Mike Stack would be drafted at all. I thought, at best, free agent invitee to camp, ultimately delegated to the Canadian League.
Yeah, you know what? I do agree. I thought that for sure he'd get one or two invites, a real prove it deal, and probably get cut. I don't think he's cut out for this league, but hopefully this works out.
Mike, what I don't understand is how his wife hasn't left him. Apparently he golfs 2 to 3 times a week, changes none of his habits, and expects the same result. But before you come back on that, I do have to get in a sponsor real quick. This sponsor of the third pick is student loans. Student loans, when you want to put 12 years of education and $500,000 hairs into a process that ultimately makes you a doctor, but you're still just a personal trainer. Student loans. Wow, the picks are in. Exciting night. The only thing left to do, Mike, is talk about the event itself. I know personally I'm invested and I'm excited. What are your thoughts?
Boy, you said it. Such an exciting event. Don't know exactly where it's going to be yet. And it will prove difficult for a man like, let's say, Tony Marco, who's used to his English link-style courses. We have trees in America and freedom.
The way I understand it, Marco's been playing out of a sandbox his entire career. Don't want to say this too soon. Matt Heinen only plays the back nine at Marquette Park. Can you speak to that?
I can, actually. You know, he's been playing in the public league for a long time, Bogan, and has been scared to venture out into places other than Park District courses, usually only 9 holes. He did actually say he got a hole-in-one once. He was by himself that day. He got his name on the plaque because he said there was a man in the bunker fixing. Not sure how much he paid that man or what that situation was, but you know that's still up for debate. But
I'm sure he got that grounds crew member out of some parking tickets.
Of
But
course.
Michael, the draft picks are in. It's great to talk about that. What about their adversaries? Let's talk about last year's champions.
last year's champions, Matthew and Keith, also known as Team Sunburn, they got really red on the course. Heinen played exceptionally well. Keith made one shot, and the rest of us just didn't do so well. Didn't live up to expectation.
With the legalization of betting and prop bets popping up everywhere, I must ask this. What are the odds that Keith Szymanski wears sleeves during the event while defending the crown?
You know, I think that will depend on where we play, and that's why the bet is off the board right now. There's no betting lines yet, because if we go back to a horseshit place like Stony Creek that Heinen would love, or a Market Park even, you know, and just run it twice, those are the places you're allowed to dress however you want. Most places, though, need sleeves, collars, and even the tops of hats, because he's a big visor guy.
I was hoping that most courses would allow a visor, even if properly dressed otherwise, but we'll have to see. Now, if there's no carts at the events, will Steve and his recently torn Achilles tendon from yelling at a softball umpire be able to walk the back nine at potentially Marquette? At least that's where I think it will be held.
Well, you know, you sure hope so. The funny thing is his draft pick, Riley, recently suffered fractured vertebrae from falling on ice in December. So that's going to be a real tough one. You hope they get a cart, and if not, maybe they can get the cart exception. I know the PGA doesn't allow that a lot, but every now and then, you know, for extenuating circumstances, they will allow it.
It is a shame that that ice fall did not happen on FedEx property. We might be dealing with an entire different course than Marquette. Could have made it out to Worth on 111th.
100%, yeah. Well, I think that wraps it up. 2021 draft, some highs, some lows, some complete shockers. Any closing thoughts?
I was excited. I was nervous. I was on bated breath. Ultimately, the picks are in. The event is forthcoming, and we'll have to see what the athletes do.
Well, we'll see you on June 27th, guys. Have a great one.
Good night, everybody.
Also presented by Stevie's Tortilla Chip Clips, because Orale vato, a fucking clip
you,
USA.
bro. Ah, you an essay. Go.
Chip Clips, because Orale a fucking clip
Clip
USA.
Student loans. When you go to school for 12 years, become $500,000 in debt, but still are only an athletical personal trainer. Student loans. Presented by Coppertone, because fuck melanoma. And my preferred type, Children's 50. Maybe if Heinen would have brushed his teeth with it, they wouldn't have been so sunburned. Coppertone. Beautiful.
Sponsored by Toilet Bowl Plungers, because y'all motherfuckers be talking that shit.
Sponsored by Gymnastics. It's only creepy if you're a 46-year-old man.
Also sponsored by Samansky Scissors. Cut your sleeves off. Cut the top of your hat off. Let's get red.
What else we got? Presented by Children's Coppertone. Coppertone, because what's that? Melanoma?
Yeah, fuck melanoma.
Hang on, let me get the green screen. Just barely. Come on.
There we go. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Target Candy. Target Candy comes straight from a piñata picked up off the floor. Beto Mango. Jakub, can you please pour some tahini on it?
Tahini? For sure.
Ooh la la. Thank you, Steve, for this dookie dulce. Nom nom nom.
So bueno makes you want to toss a chancla. That's so racist, bro. That's not going to be okay.